Hey guys, just got back from Home Depot, purchased about 30 landscape timbers, and today we're going to build an above ground garden box. This isn't going to be like a traditional garden box. It's more or less to keep the compost and soil from eroding away from all our rains here that we get in Florida. Uh, this is going to be mainly for tomatoes. We're going to plant some other stuff in there when we transition out of tomato season and keeping the boxes rotated, but mainly I'm building this box for our tomato plants. And so yeah, we'll bring you along on this build. Okay, so here we are going to start the box garden. I've already got the spot that I'm going to put the box garden in tilled up. It wasn't really to till the soil up per se. I just wanted to till it up enough to get the grass out and make it a little bit easier for me to dig into the dirt so I can make sure all the landscape timbers are even when they get installed. We're using a little electric Sunjo, and it's okay for our needs. I'm not really a huge till guy. Till as little as possible. This is, like I said, basically just to get all that grass out, make it easier to dig in, and kind of define the outline of where the box is going to go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the first course of landscape timbers, and I'll find out where the high spots are and mark them, and then come back with a shovel and kind of dig out the high spots so the landscape timbers lay as flat as possible. Yeah, so as you can see, where the grass has been growing, it's super impacted, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get that all leveled out and looking halfway decent. All right, so I'm going to continue this and we'll be back. Okay, we got the first course ran all the way up the side there, and it's about as level as I can get it within range. Good enough for government work or state DOT work, that's for sure. All right, we'll start on the other side. Okay, so we got the bottom row all laid out. I'm gonna go cut the end pieces here and start laying the top row out. Did the best I could. So there is a little bit of a hump here in the middle where the soil is piled up. Now I'm not gonna worry about getting that all straight for a couple reasons. First reason is, as you can see my well back there where the hump is. So all the well and wiring stuff was done when we purchased this property years ago. And I'm gonna be quite honest with you, I don't think that they put that well wire inside any kind of conduit or pipe. I really think that they just straight laid it. And I don't know how deep they went. It's a fairly old home, and I'm not confident that they didn't just go below the surface. So I'm afraid to till down and dig down any deeper to get rid of that hump. That's the first reason. The second reason is these landscape timbers, they aren't pressure treated very good. None of the pressure treating in today's world is very good, with environmental reasons, good reasons obviously, but it's just not the pressure treated wood that it was, 20 or so years ago. So couple that with what I just said about the well wiring, and the landscape timbers are a super attractant to to termites. Termites and bugs love these things, so I know they're not going to last but a couple years, so I'm not really worried about it. So once I get this bed established with some good compost and deep bedding and get it going, I'm not going to have to worry about the erosion anymore, so I'm not really going to worry about it when it rots. I'll just get rid of it and obviously keep the bedding as it is. All right, so I'm gonna go start laying the top row. Okay, all done with the first course, and now we're gonna start driving in these landscape timber spikes. You can get these at Home Depot or Lowe's or any box store. They're just a 12-inch, looks like a giant nail. It's called a landscape spike. We're gonna put those on a corner, and we're gonna drive them, I don't know, every 10 feet or so on the edges. A lot of people like to use the spade bits or the paddle bits. I like to use the auger style bit. It's just, it feels a little like it's going a little bit easier on the drill and a lot less chip out in the wood. I think they're a little bit more expensive, but not much. But you'll see how easy these things go into the wood. I just prefer it a little bit better than the paddle bits. See how much easier that goes in than a paddle bits now? I do use paddle bits for some stuff, but the auger style bits just seem to work better for me. All right, so that's what we're gonna do for all the corners and about every 10 foot on the sides. All right, guys, that's about it for this video. We put all the landscape timber spikes in the ground and through the landscape timbers, and all we have to do now is get some compost, some probably black cow, and kind of cultivate it in with the regular soil, and hopefully that'll be a good start and good base for the next planting we do. And that's about it, guys. We appreciate you watching.